Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty Rec League. We've got some semifinal action for you here. We have had a whole week of semifinal action, but we're continuing today. Starting things out with a nice little bronze pre-made South Division. Had a little bit of a reschedule on our hands here, so this one's going to be starting out 1-0 on stream here in favor of the Atlanta Dazed, who are currently 5-2 on the season out of that regular season, looking pretty solid up against that Sasky Shotgunners, who were 7-0. But Atlanta Dazed, they take that map 250 to 175 on Skid Row Hardpoint, but with all due right there, I mean, we're back at it. I'm going to be CNK. My boy Blupsy's here with us today, and we got some goated casters for you today. I mean, the guy Blupsy right here, this is my boy. He's going to get her done for us.
I'll try. Yeah, CNK, I mean, we got a 5-2 team already taking a map 1 against a 7-0 team. This is massive to start if you're Atlanta. This is the momentum you need to have. 250 to 175, so it was a close matchup. Unfortunately, we did not get to see it, but this S&D will give us an indication of how the rest of the series is going to go. If you're Sasky, this is a must-win map for you. And if you're Atlanta, carry that momentum in to next map.
Oh, I mean, for real, right? You're coming in as technically the underdog, right? We're in playoffs now. Like, realistically, regular season, like, score lines and stuff really don't matter at all, right? Your record from that, it doesn't matter anymore. We're here now. It's you win, you move on, you lose, you go home, right? So if you're Sasky and you get 3-0'd, you lose here, it doesn't matter you win 7-0 in the regular season. But same thing with Atlanta. You lost a couple matches, got some blemishes on the record. Who cares? All you got to do is win. You're already up 1-0. Going into an Invasion S&D is a great opportunity to keep on moving in this series. This should be their map pick, being the lower seed here. I mean, technically the higher seed, that is. But so we should see them coming out strong here on this map. But, I mean, this Sasky team, I mean, they went 7-0, but it's a very talented team. You look at this bronze pre-made South Division. These guys were actually a lot of fun to watch this season. We saw them a couple times. I think we saw them at least once on stream. I do remember seeing them at least once. Toichenko, I tell you what, these guys light up the scoreboard. But it should be a great matchup. We've got a great series ahead of us here. I mean, going to this Invasion S&D, and that map 3 going to be an Invasion Control. And then map 4, if we need it, you never know, the boys out of Atlanta might get her done pretty quickly. But Karachi Hardpoint, another great map right now. And then that final one, High Rise S&D. What a twist for the end of the series. Like, these teams, like, they know what maps they want to play on. I mean, Skid Row, Invasion, Karachi, obviously classics right now, especially with Skid Row, like, looking like it might be on its way out the door there. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm loving it, Blupsy. We got a great series ahead of us here.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely very excited to see this. Like you said, we have 2 invasions and a Karachi and then a high rise. Fingers crossed we get to the high rise. I really want to see it. It's always fun to see how these teams play, especially a team in the bronze division where they don't necessarily maybe practice setups, and it's more about their understanding and intuition of the game and how they play this high rise S&D. So it'll be exciting. Maybe they don't know, maybe they do know those nade lineups. Those are very crucial if you're playing on high rise. So hopefully we get to it. But if we do want to get to it, Saskia at least has to get 2 maps on the board. Atlanta only need 2 more to close it out and go into the championship. We have a lot of Call of Duty left in for us today, and then we have another series coming up as well. So there's still a lot to see and a lot to go over. But fingers crossed, we do get that map 5.
Oh, I mean, it'd be exciting. A map 5 is always a good time. Maybe around 11. I might be asking for a little bit too much here. But maybe around 11. We start praying to the COD gods. We'll get her done. But I love it. It's COD, right? I mean, this is the bronze pre-made division. You really never know what you're going to get, right? These two teams, we have no idea what their skill level really is on the map as far as what they know when it comes to S&D nade spots, your smoke areas, how to really utilize those tacticals on the map. But we'll see. I mean, momentarily, we are loading in right now to that Invasion S&D. I'm excited to see which team does what. But Sasky, being a 7-0 team out of that regular season, you got to think probably a really solid S&D team and a solid control team. So we might be looking at a little bit of a Neslo action here. Hey, maybe they came out slow on map 1. You really never know. But we are loading into this Invasion S&D right now as we speak.
Yeah, no, fingers crossed that we do get to see.
Oh, we had some class issues, it sounds like.
Invasion S&D. But yeah, as the voice in the sky is telling us that the map did not load in, unfortunately. So we will take a little bit of a break while we talk about this upcoming Invasion S&D. Is there anything, CNK, that you want to look out for that these teams should be watching out for in this Invasion S&D?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, at this, like, these lower divisions like bronze and silver and stuff, a lot of times your S&D strategies are going to be a lot more basic, right? Going to either side of the map here. I mean, when you look at offensively, like who's going to be going towards that construction site over towards the other side, maybe towards mid there, it's going to be a lot more difficult to push offensively, and they're going to be more so betting on like the defensive teams making mistakes, kind of beaming them off headies and stuff, or when they walk out in the middle of a street to try to take a chow they shouldn't be taking. We do see it quite a bit, but I mean, if you're Atlanta here, I mean, you should be starting, I do believe, right away on that offensive side. I'd love to see them just kind of like hard charge their way down the map, move all the way up to construction, try to get that one down as quickly as possible. Because a lot of times, the first round is really going to be your only opportunity to get like a really good play over towards that construction side quickly, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
one of those ones
100%.
it's very easy to defend if you get that street coverage right away, which you do. You spawn right next to it. I'm curious to see how that's going to go down for these squads.
Yeah, no, exciting stuff to see. And like you said, this is a defensive heavy map. So first team to get that offensive round win is going to be huge momentum for them moving into the rest of the rounds. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see what team also starts on the offensive side. That does make a big of a difference as well, because you don't have trophies. So you can use the utility that you have off the bat to try and take over either A or the B side. So we'll see how that goes.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're loading in now. Sasky Shotgun are starting on the offensive side. So I may have got the map picks wrong here on who's on what side, but Sasky taking this one on over to that B side right off the bat. Only 2 players to beat. Get this push in. First kill coming in from Rick Massa. First blood going the way of Atlanta Days, but immediately a bounce back. 2 big kills coming in for Sasky. The bomb going down immediately, but Atlanta rotating over to try to get this one defended.
Yeah, look how quick Sasuke took over that B side. They just rushed in, and then the big pick as well from Venom. Right, Vermont, sorry. And then right now it's all up to Young Europe. He's last alive in a 2v1, and he needs to defuse the bomb with 30 seconds remaining. He doesn't have a lot of time. He has to start pushing. He has to do something real quick.
Let's take 7.5 seconds to defuse that bomb. Mr. Yerb gonna have to make a move. He sees that one player on the bomb, get some nice nades off, see what he can get down with that. He's gonna overshoot it, gets the first kill though. Now gonna be a 1v1, Toich versus Yerb. See if we can get it done. He's got to try to get this kill very quickly. Not a ton of time to go. Has to make the push. He's going to push on up. Not too much time. He gets the kill. Not enough time to defuse, though. Yerb gets the kills, but Sasky holds on just long enough. Shout out to Toich getting that clutch time play down, right? Playing the time just as important as playing the kills.
No, 100%. If Sasuke played this perfectly, they took the site very quickly, very aggressive, got the bomb down, and then just played time. But you gotta give a shout out to Younger. I mean, in that 3v1 situation, to get those 3 kills and be very close to defusing the bomb, that's huge for him. He's on a 3 streak right now, so he could be playing for streaks as well. Atlanta, yes, you lose the round, but this is something positive that you took out from this defensive round. But you're on offense now, so you gotta respond.
I said we just send Yerb in there, let him do his thing.
Yeah.
We're going to push on down this B lane. We'll see if we can get some action going over here. Only one player defending this B bomb site. Obviously, Atlanta does not know that quite yet. They might be able to find out very quickly. X Party, though. Very talented player with this AR. We'll see what we can get done with the MCW. Sasky, they're smelling something might be a little bit awry right now, so they might send some players over to help. We see that mid-alley is going to be the spot to push to help your teammate out here, but X Party all by himself. Atlanta trying to feel out this defense right now. Not quite finding anything. No stun checks coming in yet. He's going to pick up one nice early kill. Nice first blood for X Party. Looking for a second one, but he's going to be nice and weak. Gets taken down. Atlanta trying to collapse on this player. Now Torch from the back line trying to get some shots down, but Atlanta do have the bomb site control.
Yeah, no, Toich with the flank, though, this is huge for Sasuke because it gives them the option to pinch right now. Mojo, he can do something. Bomb is going down for the side of Atlanta. J-Dubs with the plant. So 3v2, and you have to hold the bomb, but they are getting pinched from both Toich and Vermont.
All right, so we'll see how Atlanta is going to play this one. Toich and Vermont have to hit a retake here. Vermont, this one pushed up, gets a nice shot up from that tank. Is going to get lit up pretty good. The only 2 HP remaining is going to survive for now. Toich with a nice pick. Nice little 2v2 on the map. Vermont spots one going over towards the dozer. Oh, he gets taken down by Yerb. The guy's clutch on a 5 streak now. Looking to try to make that a 6. Is Toich alive right now? Last alive for his squad. Getting shot up pretty good. Gets taken down. And Atlanta with a nice little offensive win.
Yeah, no, this is exactly what you want to do if you're Atlanta. The patience that they had for taking that bomb site, waiting to get that first pick, and then just playing all 4 on site, playing different corners, making sure to get each other's trades. Mac right here with a big kill to end the round as well. And like you said, Young Europe on a 5. 1 away from the cruise, and they're on defense. If he plays patient and he just takes his time, gets that pick, he'll get the cruise. It's massive for a map like Invasion where it's very open, and you do a lot with a cruise missile.
Cruise missiles are so much more useful now. Thank you, devs, for making it so trophy systems aren't so OP. But look at this. Nice little change up from Sasky. Going to try to take this one over towards the A site. Now you're seeing teams like Atlanta trying to get more players over towards that B site, knowing it's being pushed a little bit more. But We've seen 2 rounds so far, both teams getting an offensive round. So not something you see too commonly on Invasion. We'll see if that switches up here. Mr. Yerb trying to get his cruise missiles secured.
Ooh.
See some players pushing up that mid lane, get some good damage off. Saski not able to push up quite yet, slowly trying to move up the map, but Atlanta trying to get as much map control as they can right now for this defense.
Yeah, no, if you're Atlanta, you just want to try and spread out without overtaking or overstepping, but you do need to have control. And look at that B side street. They're all the way up, so they know B's clear. They just have to watch A now. They got 2 players, Mac and Yerb on it as well. Mac with a couple of tags. They know where Saski is, and they're just doing a great job holding so far.
He's got 1 player in front of him. Is going to throw his frag out. Gets a little bit of damage up, but has to be careful here. Wants to go for the push. Vermont didn't spot him on the cross. Vermont can be a sketchy spot, but he does take down Mac. Now an opportunity to make a play, but Yerb, he secures the cruise missile for himself. Gets a double kill as well. Nice little 7 streak for him. Side of Saski falling so very quickly, but that bomb does go down. Vermont and Party up against Dubs, Yerb, and Rick.
Yeah, no, it's a 3v2 retake. You got to defuse the bomb, but Atlanta, you are in the driver's seat right here. Unless Rick gets gunned down by Vermont. Youngyer with another kill. He's on an 8 streak right here. J-Dubs cleans it up. They have more than enough time to defuse. Atlanta Days up 2-1.
Yeah, what a retake right there. Shout out to the boys. I mean, Yerb is on an 8 streak right now in S&D. I mean, I tell you what, I think we know why this Atlanta team won map 1. Right? I mean, you got a guy like Yerb popping off like this. I can only imagine what he's able to do in respawns. I mean, typically when you see players really, really good in the thing like S&D, they're great also in their respawns, right? When it comes to that killing section of it. And when you can slay out heavy, you can definitely win some maps, especially a map like Skid Row Hardpoint. Slaying out helps a ton. But Yerb right now putting on a masterclass right now for the boys. His team currently up 2-1. Nothing crazy, right? Obviously 1 round away from tying things back up. No separation yet, but getting a round on the board here on the offensive side once again, get a little bit of separation going for you would be pretty massive.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If you can get to 3-1, but Vermont gets a huge kill on Rick. It's a 3v4 right now for the side of Saski. You're on the defense, so that's very good as well. And Vermont playing that area where Young Yerb likes to play as well. We've seen him get a couple of kills from there. But like you said, if Atlanta can get this round and go up 3-1, this will be massive for them. Saski have to hold.
Saski on that defensive side have 1 life advantage at the moment, which is very massive on a map like Invasion when you're on defense. See Mac trying to field things out. There's a nice little trophy on the map. Gotta love those trophy systems protecting you from Aids and Sons way back in the day on Black Ops 2 or something like that. But Boys from Atlanta trying to make a move here into this A objective, but struggling a little bit. We see a couple players moving up the map. Maybe Yerb and Mac getting a little bit of map pressure going, but they're going to have to deal with Mojo and the boys. Poich does spot him out, calls him out to his teammates.
Yeah, no, I like Atlanta's setup. It's a bit too slow. And then Mojo right here with a great read. Gets the kill, gets a second as well. He knows where bomb is, gets the third. He cleans it out. Mojo with a massive 3-piece to tie up 2-2.
What a defensive stand from Mojo. I mean, the triple kill coming in just clean with it, too. Nice and easy. Doesn't miss really even a shot. It makes it look easy, like, honestly. Love to see that from Mojo. He started out maybe a little bit rough on the map, but that triple kill right there brings them right back in it, gets the boys hype. I mean, these boys should be all the way back in this. I say all the way back in it. I mean, they're tied up, right? I mean, really what I'm talking about more so they lost that map 1. They know they got to bounce back here, win this one. But now they're going to be over on this offensive side. We'll see what they can get going. Mojo, bomb in hand. We'll see if he leads this charge.
Yeah, no, he's probably feeling very good after that 3-piece that he got. We've seen Saski push that B bomb site before quickly, so they might be trying to do it the same thing this time. But they are gonna get picked by J-Dubs. J-Dubs is there. He reads it very well. Atlanta have the man advantage, but Saski still have the bomb, so they still have time to do something.
So 3v3 on the map, so that 1-for-1 trade can't go wrong there.
Mojo's on a 4 streak.
And that, hey, if Mojo can get himself a cruise missile as well, so they can start trading streaks in the future, could be pretty big for his team. Hopefully they know Yerb's got a streak, right? Hopefully they didn't lose track of the fact that he went on a 9 streak here, or an 8 streak. Yerb with a nice pick there. Gonna make it a nice 2v3. Dasky Shotgunner's now gonna have a very difficult time. The bomb down in a little bit of a precarious spot as well. Gonna get that one back. Might be a little difficult. Not a ton of time to deal with here. Plenty of time to get a bomb down. But Rick and the boys, these guys are moving up the map, making sure nothing is given up for free. Vermont and Party trying to just spot anyone out and just not having any luck so far. Ooh.
Young Europe with another kill. I believe he got 3 this round. He closes it out as well. Young Europe is just on fire. He hasn't skipped a beat. I believe he's 11-1 in these first 5 rounds, just doing 12-1,
Oh.
just doing literally everything he can for his team. But CNK, we've basically reached what we predicted, which is trading defensive rounds. Now teams are ready to hold those fast pushes from both teams, right? So
Mhm.
our last
Yeah.
3 rounds or 4 rounds were all defensive round wins, so probably gonna see more of that.
Yeah, our first 2, surprisingly offenses, but not
Mhm.
uncommon for Invasion, right? While these teams are feeling each other out. Get those early offenses down, but have been a defense from here on out. We'll see how that continues. Sasky on the defensive side. Mojo trying to get a little bit aggressive here up towards that A side, but Atlanta trying to get their pressure over towards this B street. Taking things nice and slow. They know they don't want to give anything up. They've got the crews coming in. Maybe why they were waiting up, but Europe, he's going to call that in. We'll see if he can pick anything up. Not able to get anything, but should get a little info for the squad. He's on another 3 streak as well, so maybe he's thinking he's going to double stack him up once to get that one going. I mean, up to 12-1, you got to think he's got a legit shot at getting another.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%, and they do a great job of taking over that B bomb site using the crews to push out that Sasky shotgunners team back to spawn. But Mojo with a big kill on the flank right here, and then Toy's just making sure that they don't give up that B bomb site as much. J-Dubs with a big pick. It's a 3v3. Atlanta, they have 35 seconds to do something, and Vermont also on the flank. Mojo with another kill. Gets 2. It's all up to J-Dubs.
I mean, Mojo's starting to light up the scoreboard for the Stasky side here, but the 1v3 out to come in from the boy J-Dubs right now, up to 40, only 46 HP remaining, does get taken down. 1v3 is tough when you're hiding behind a dozer, right? Everyone's pushing you out from all angles there. But it ties things up 3-3, and this one's been a very close back and forth. Getting all these defenses on the board like we were talking about earlier. It's just, hey, it's part of the map, right? I mean, it's one of these maps you got to really got to be careful on these offensive rounds. Look, they committed a cruise missile and still weren't able to get much out of it, right?
Yeah, no.
It's a brutal map to play on.
100%. And I like the idea of it, like taking that B bomb site, but you have to get the bomb down quicker in that situation, right? As soon as the cruise comes in and he tells you everyone's back in spawn, you have to plant the bomb. They are on the defensive round here, so they're going to try and look to go up 4-3. But Sasky, if you can get this round, this will be massive for you.
Ooh, Yerb, though, the nice opening first blood once again for himself, up to 13-2. Never going to be able to forget about that guy on the map. Always going to make plays. But Mojo, this guy wants to make a move on A. Maybe a chance to make a play. You got the number 6 player, Yerb. He's chilling over by that mid tank right now, and his teammate Mac watching over towards Street. But as I say it, Yerb gets taken down by Mojo. I mean, the guy's making big plays on the map, up to a 4 straight here once again. He's got himself making moves. But Mac, he moves up, knows he has to cover this door, but he's got to be careful. If he gets shot in the back here from these guys trying to push out mid-street, could be a little bit precarious here. He's got 3 players close to him. Atlanta Days, they've got 1 player watching the back. That's J-Dubs right now. Mac trying to move up the back street, does get taken down just like that. Sasky, massive advantage over towards this A bomb site. Bomb starts going down immediately. J-Dubs, though, has to try to be careful here. He's got 1 player watching over towards that back that is going to be partying. That guy doesn't miss too many shots.
Rick with the info here as well. Gets some tags, but he has to run away with his life. And then X Party playing around that P3. J-Dubs with a 1 pick, make it 2. It's all up to X Party now in a 2v1. He has to watch the bomb, make sure he doesn't get ninja'd, but at the same time, he has to worry about J-Dubs. He gets the pick. Great job at it. Throws in the stun. Can he get the kill? Oh, so close, but Rick clutches it up and in time to get the defuse.
Man, these Atlanta boys are moving, trying to keep the defensive round win streak going for the lobby, right? I mean, had to really work for it, but they get it done. Atlanta Days with a great retake right there to win the round. I mean, this has been a very back and forth S&D. I mean, it has literally traded every round, right? It started with offenses, and now it's right on that defensive trade. It's exactly what we expect on this invasion between these two squads. I mean, we didn't exactly get to see how map 1 went, but we do know Atlanta Days were able to win it 250 to 175, currently up here 4-3 in this second map. I tell you what, this Atlanta Days team trying to get themselves a great little playoff run going, and this is a great place to start it out. Going up 2 on the series would be massive. But Sasky, looking to answer back here, get these rounds tied up again.
Yeah, especially against a 7-0 team, that would be massive for them. But Young Yerb, he's been doing everything so far for his team, 13-3. We'll see if he can get any picks on this offensive side to help his team take the plant the bomb. But you can see Sasuke, the way they're set up, so passive, making sure that they don't give up either bomb site without overextending. Vermont in a very good position as well to watch those Atlanta players. He does see a cross. He sees two. He's definitely going to call it out to his teammates.
Ooh, takes a few shots down range, though. Got a little bit of a haircut, but he's going to be okay as X Party takes down J-Dubs. Big kill to start things out. Massive first blood for Sasuke. Vermont taking his old position back. Gonna see if he can spawn anything out. I think Yerb may have spotted his head there. He does move up. That bomb trying to go down, but Mojo going to get a nice kill. Mac going to answer back immediately. But now, disadvantage still on the side of Atlanta. Sasuke, 3 players up. The time now in their favor as it starts to tick down.
Yeah, Atlanta has to pick up the bomb as well. It's in a difficult position. They were able to retake it together, which is a good thing, but they only have 20 seconds left to work with. They have to decide if they want to go A or B, and A is the closer one. I think bomb is going to start going down. It's not. They don't have a lot of time. 5 seconds remaining. Mac is getting tagged. I think this might be round for Sasuke.
Yeah, not enough time to plant anymore. Gets on there about 4 seconds. There we go. The kills come in anyway. Sasuke picks up both those kills. They win another round there. Another defense on the board as we're tied up 4-4.
Yeah, no, great job by Sasuke on that defensive round. Getting that first blood was huge for them, and then you're just playing trades from there on, right? And that's exactly what they did. They're tied up 4-4. They're not ready to give up this map 2 just yet, and so far they've been doing a great job of trading those rounds back and forth with Atlanta.
It's just such a hard map, right? When you're playing offensively here, and if you lose a player to a first blood right off the bat, it becomes that much harder, right? Playing trades is basically completely out of the window, right? You don't have that option whatsoever. But now, it's a team like Sasuke bringing this bomb on over to B side. If they can win an offense here, this could be the difference in rounds they need to try to take this map. Atlanta, though, here in force, 3 players ready to go. One going to be in that mid gap and 2 players over towards site. Rick spots the first one out, gets the first blood for his squad. Sasuke, though, now a little bit trapped here as they've got some players on their flank as well.
Yeah, young Europe just going on a big flank as well as Rick. Can he get the kill? He peeks it. He gets some tags in, so he knows there's someone there. But like you said, there's 2 players on the flank for the side of Atlanta. They're just playing inside that DVD, trying to see if we can do anything. It's a 3v3 though.
3v3 and Sasuke somehow still alive here. Still kind of trapped over towards this B street side. Atlanta, though, doing the smart thing, not over pushing here, knowing they don't want to give up any free lives with Mac. Nice little peek there. Shoulders it just quickly. Checks it out, but now you see Sasuke trying to answer back. The one player they saw, they hunt him down, they get the kill. Yerb, though, trying to fill the gap over towards the A side, knowing these players are going to make a move for it. First one there is going to be Party. They're going to meet Street Side Party, able to get a nice early kill onto Yerb. Massive kill on the map now. Rick in a 1v3, the bomb going down at the A site.
Yeah, no, this could be huge for Sasuke if they can win this round. Rick has to get this kill, and he does get the kill, which is huge on Toich. Toich was trying to run away with his life. He couldn't, but 40 seconds remaining in a 2v1, and they know what side Rick is coming from as well. The tags are coming in. He doesn't have a lot of time, 30 seconds to work with, so we'll see if he can get this round, but this is an important round if Sasuke can win it.
Yeah, Rick slowly moving his way up the map. Got a couple players to deal with, but immediately going to get shut down there. Sasuke Shotgunners winning a nice offensive round. This could be the spread out we need from them to be the first team to hit the 5 rounds. Going to be on match point now. An opportunity to take this second game, tie things up 1-1 in this series. All they got to do is win a defense here.
Yep.
But Atlanta, I tell you what, we saw them take an offensive round early on. You never know, might be able to do it right here.
100%. Like you said, winning that offensive round and getting to 5 where you have a defensive round coming up is massive for Sasuke, right? They're just 1 round away from closing it out on a defensive favored map as well. So as long as they play discipline, don't overextend, and make sure to trade, this map is for them.
B push coming in from Atlanta Days. See what they can get going here. Taking things nice and slow. No real assets to work with here. Obviously, they have their tacticals and lethals. But no streaks anymore. Europe did use that streak very early on. We'll see X Party, though. He's on a 4 streak, and this guy's heating up like crazy. He does shoot beams, so we'll see if he's able to beam someone here. Mac is going to get spotted out, gets beamed off the tank. Immediately going to call it out to his teammates as well. X Party going to let him know what's going down. 5 streak on the board. Sees another player across, and that's going to be Rick. But immediately, J-Dub's trying to make a play. Look at that. His teammates coming in hot, though. His Toich going to help him out. Now going to be a 2v4 on the map.
And attacks coming in from Sasuke, just making sure to at least keep Atlanta trapped inside of that B street. So far, so good. It's a 4v2, and Mojo does get stunned. They know where he is. Can he get the pick? Yes, he does. 4v1. Bombs down as well. It is all up to Europe, but if you're Atlanta, at least you have Europe who's lost alive.
Yeah, if I'm Sasky, this one ain't over yet. I mean, Yerb's an absolute dog, up to 14-5 now. We did see most of those kills come in early on, but you never know, might be able to get it done. He spots another one. Now going to be a 1v2, trying to make a play on the map. One player going to be across that courtyard, takes him down. Is Sasky going to take our map too in a 6-4 fashion to tie things up 1-1 in the series?
Yeah, Sasky's showing us why they're a 7-0 team. Definitely very disciplined on that invasion S&D. They did win 2 offensive rounds, which ultimately won them the map. They're up. They're tied 1-1 on map count. So it's, if you're Atlanta, this map doesn't really matter. It was a very close map, just like how the previous hardpoint was. So I'm expecting a very close series to go moving forward. But Young Europe 15-6 must be huge for that Atlanta team going into that next control on invasion.
I mean, that guy's a dog. I mean, little peep into what we're seeing in the future of this series here. Young Europe, I tell you what, might be talented just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Going on a 9 streak in an S&D is pretty massive. But you look over at the other side here, Mojo and Party, also very talented players. And you see a guy like Party, he got very close in matching that damage up to 2,000. He's still 600 away, but still, getting up to that 2,000 damage is pretty high there. His teammate Mojo with that submachine gun, that Rival 9 in hand, that guy's a dog too, right? Mojo's the guy we're looking for, especially in this control. Like, control is definitely a mode. Maybe on Invasion, not the best submachine gun map, but it's a lot better now with the recent updates and stuff to the Rival 9 now like a month ago, I guess. I suppose that update came out, but still, the Rival 9, a lot better now. And that's why we're seeing a lot of people have a lot more success with the gun. And also the rechanging of hard points like maps like Invasion, switching up the hills and stuff makes it so submachine guns are a lot more viable. But now moving into an Invasion control, I mean, these two teams, both very talented. Now we're tied up 1-1. Blupsy, what are we looking at here?
I don't know. I think it's a coin toss at this point, right? You've got 2 very talented teams and 2 teams that can shoot really, really straight. But if I were to put my money on anyone, I would say Atlanta Days has the advantage on this map because you have more lives to work with, and Young Europe can slay out. We've seen his gunny. We've seen the laser beams on his MCR. Using that on the invasion would be crazy. If they were able to put him on a spawn trap, he'll be able to get 3, 4, 5 before he drops. It'll be massive for them on this control. But Sasky, we've seen the teamwork that they have. They like to push together. They like to play together. They're always getting each other's trades as well. They've barely ever been on a man disadvantage on that S&D. So if you're the side of Sasky, you're confident. If you're the side of Atlanta, you're confident that you have Young Europe on your team.
Oh, I can't even imagine what that guy's going to do on offensive rounds, right? That's where you're really looking for him to shine. If you can steal an offensive round early, you pretty much secure yourself the map with a map like Invasion, with how defensive sided it is, how difficult it can be to take both objectives. But when you look at that A side, I mean, yeesh, good luck, prayers up. But I mean, both these teams have really talented ARs, right? You look at a guy like Yerb, definitely the best AR in the lobby. Hands the best player in the lobby, right?
Yeah.
No questions there. But you look over at the Sasky side. I mean, Party and Torch, very, very good ARs. We see Vermont playing with that AR as well. You're going to have a lot of, probably more total AR presence from Sasky, but you can't underestimate the fact that Yerb can rip anyone off a heady anywhere on the map at any time, right? If he wants to, he can just take a lane all by himself, maybe get his teammates to follow him up. He gets a pick on someone, they can move up pretty quickly, especially in these lower divisions where you can see sometimes all it takes is 2 kills to really create a lot of chaos on the map. People can kind of forget how to really control their side of the map when it comes to spawns defensively on this map. Like, a big thing we see a lot is the gas station control we see in these lower divisions. A lot of times the offensive team can take it honestly very easily, right? And they can start to throw those spawns all over the backside of the map there, confuse the defensive team a little bit while their teammates have a chance to actually move up the map off of respawn.
You know, especially after taking that B site, that B control site, you're just gonna run all the way back onto blue and then cross into gas. And then if you get those early picks, those 3-4 kills, you can just put them in sort of a spawn trap, or at least have them spawn far away enough where if you stack the A point, you can get it quite quickly. And like you said, the gas control is very important. But you never know what happens in these bronze divisions. But these teams, they're not playing like bronze teams. I'll give you that.
No.
They're frying.
And to be honest, though, really what you're looking at in these playoffs, you're looking at teams that are looking to go up a division, right? And
Oh
that
yeah.
goes for every division. You're looking at gold, plat, well, maybe not platinum because he only upgraded his
Yeah.
diamond, but still, but like, you get what I'm saying. But every division, it doesn't matter if it's bronze, silver, gold. Realistically, if they're making it this far into playoffs, the semifinals, they probably do belong in the higher division, right? So depending on how these teams play today, they have a really good, not a really good chance. They're more than likely going to get moved up to silver next season, get forced to try it out for a season, see how things go. And I have no doubt both these teams would be able to compete for
Oh,
sure in that
100%.
subdivision. Now, do I think they'd be able
100%.
to win it? I don't know. I think they have a chance at it, but I think they'd be very competitive.
Yeah, no, from what we've seen, they can definitely gun
Mhm.
with the best of them in the silver division for sure. And I'm excited to see if they do reach that point. Hopefully, both those teams would qualify for silver, and I think they would.
Mhm.
But one thing to point on this map that we haven't really spoken about much is Mojo. Mojo likes to run
Yeah.
with that rival. We've seen that three-piece that he has. On a map like Invasion, if you play around that mid area, you can run some really crazy routes, whether it's inside the cafe or DVD or somewhere around dark or even ASND. There's a lot that you can do with a sub if you know your routes. So if he's aware of those, I'm sure he can be very effective on this invasion control.
Yeah, Mojo, definitely a player we're looking to make some massive plays. But as we speak about Mojo, speak of the devil, we see him on the map as we're watching Rick. But the A push, we see this very often on the
Yeah.
offensive side, trying to make the. But look at the
Ooh.
kills coming in. Vermont and Toich picking up 3 players right off the bat. Toich picks up a third, that double kill with the nade, following it up with a rival 9 kill. What an absolute play to start things out for Sasky.
Yeah, no, you're Atlanta now. You take your losses and then you go on B and you try and cap it as quickly as possible. So you have that 2 minutes to work with, and that's exactly what they're doing. The second tick is already in. It's a 4 stack. Party's coming from that DVD. He can't get a kill. Guns him down, and B is done. Extra minute to work with.
I mean, the stack is crazy, right? When you got a 4-man stack going on objective, it goes so quick. We talk about it all the time. Stack the point word, the gyms. It's one of the most important things in control. You have to make sure you're doing it whenever you have the opportunity. But right now, Atlanta, they get the time. They're trying to flow themselves back into the state side of the map, trying to get everyone alive at the same time. But you're running into a little bit of a buzzsaw now, the Sasky boys. We'll see if they can keep it up. But Atlanta, they have to try to rotate through the back of the map. They're slowly still moving up to mid. Here we go.
And Mac with one and Rick with the other. That's very two important kills for Atlanta. They have to start slowly moving up and slowly taking those map control as opposed to just hopping on point straight away. Mojo does get gunned down by none other than Young Europe. He's trying to get the 2-piece. He does get the tags in, but he does get gunned down by Party. Max is there for the trade. Toich with one as well. J-Dubs with another. Trades going back and forth.
These kills coming in, but now we're going to see J-Dub starting to hit this backside now. He's going to be behind gas. Let's see if he can maybe pick up a couple kills off these spawns.
Ooh.
Takes down one right off the bat. That's going to be Mojo. Big kill force team to get. Atlanta picking up some nice kills here. Maybe an opportunity to push on up. Goich going to get taken down as well. Atlanta now the opportunity to push on into this objective. Got to get a couple more kills. Sasky, though, spawning very close to this save point and utilizing that to the best of their ability. But Mac trying to push the back line, has some help from his boys. But look at this go down right now. You got Toich and Co. trying to hold it down from the back.
Yeah, Toy's doing a great job here of just living, getting one pick, and then running back into gas. He knows there's at least one person back spawn. Young Europe gets the guy inside of Rugs as well, but Toych in a good position to watch that flank. Young Europe with another does eventually get traded out. 14 to 14 is a life count. Toych in a very good position if he can get this pick. You know someone's inside market playing his life, and he does get the kill. That's massive for Sasky in order to avoid the flank, but now you got 2 Atlanta players on the point.
Ooh, first tick already going to be all the way gone. Gonna start working on that second tick momentarily, but only one player left alive on the objective. That is going to be Mac by himself, trying to defend the best he can, but Sasky pushing in from multiple sides. They end up picking up the kill. Plenty of people to cover the street side as well. J-Dubs pushes up solo, gets taken down. Now Atlanta kind of flooding in solo here, knowing that time is ticking down, 15 seconds remaining on the round. Trying to get what they can. One tick is already considered quite the success on this map, but getting the whole objective is their goal. 5 seconds or so remaining here. An opportunity to maybe get on it, but Sasky doing a great job shutting these players down, getting these kills moving their way. As a round is going to end. You got a guy like Party. He is on a 4 streak right now. Getting a cruise on that offensive side would be pretty big.
Oh yeah, 100%. But Cortex for Atlanta, it's nothing to be disappointed
Super
about,
solid.
right?
Super
Yeah,
solid.
you got the 3 on B and the 1 on A, and almost got the second on A as well. But if you're Sasky, you're satisfied with how that round went, especially that first initial wave of kills you got on A to just make sure that they don't get it quickly off of spawn, and that's exactly what they do. They had the 4 life advantage, and they're probably going to go for A as well. You can look at the arrows on Sasuke. They're just facing over to A, but Atlanta, they have to do exactly what Sasuke did on that initial round.
All right, Sasuke now. Gonna be on the attacking side, moving up a little bit slower here. We'll see what goes down. One kill going either way. A couple kills going the way of Sasuke, but a couple kills back towards Atlanta. Party does get that 6 streak going. He's going to have the cruise missile secured. Toich with a clutch kill in the 8 point. The time started to tick down as well. His teammates spawning up very close. Maybe an opportunity to get here and get the stack going. The first tick is going to be gone. Toich, a great player to be holding down this objective. Now we're going to see Mac push in, gets taken down very quickly. Now you're going to see J-Dubs try to follow up. This Rival 9 shoots absolute beams, but now he's got to pull out the secondary. Renetti going to pick up one. Going for a second, but doesn't quite get it. His teammate is going to clutch it up for him, though. Number 5 player Mojo, I'm sorry, Vermont in the hill does get taken down, but 2 ticks secured on A right off the bat is massive, and immediately spawning at B and hopping on the time.
Yeah, no, hopping on this time would be huge for Sasuke. First of all, you get those 3 ticks and you're up on ticks, but secondly, you get that extra minute to work with where you only have to get that 1 tick. Mac trying to get a pick, he does, that's big, but he is going to get instantly traded out by Toich, and Sasuke. 2 ticks are in, 3 ticks are in, B's done. They have 2 minutes and 15 to work to get 1 tick on it.
And they've got a cruise missile. They've got a cruise missile to work with here. If they can start getting some kills rolling for them, maybe they could utilize that to help them out. Probably best to save it, but still, you got an option to use that later on here. Atlanta trying to get a very good defense going. They're letting a lot of people slowly kind of every once in a while sneak through A. We've noticed that so far on this defensive round. You see them trying to collapse on those holes right now, making sure no one's sneaking through anymore. But Sask slowly moving up this map, trying to push through this mid push here. Knowing it's been somewhat successful for him, they pick up 2 big kills. Going to be a great starter for him. And J-Dubs is also very weak.
Ooh. That's 3 for Sasuke. The stack is
stack
in. That's
going.
3, and that's
It's done.
Wow.
Okay. Shout out Sasuke. They're going to be up 2-0. So now, people wondering after that map 1, we didn't see map 1, right? But we do know it was a successful win for the side of Atlanta. Like people were saying in the chat, how's this team 7-0, by the way? I mean, now we're seeing exactly why. The way they played in that S&D, but now look how they're playing this control, right? Doing a very good job playing for their trades. But the most important thing is, look at the way they're finding their gaps on the map and just immediately taking those and pushing through. That's offensively and defensively for this Sasuke team. Very successful push so far there on the offensive side. Already up 2-0 on this, and now they're on defense, of all things, to potentially win it 3-0.
With a cruise in hand as well, and you've got Party who only died 4 times in 2 rounds. That is a crazy stat line for Party. You can see the stack is in for Sasuke, making sure that no one does hop that 8 point, and do a great job of holding off that initial push. Young Gerb is there to get a couple of picks. He does get instantly traded out though. 28 to 26 on lives, and if you're inside Atlanta, you just have to hop B now.
Sasuke, though, actually going to look like they're going to try to get some pressure over towards this B side, but now Party on a 5 streak. He's got that cruise in the back pocket, so you got to think he's probably going to send this one off, knowing that his next one is going to be up soon. It'd be a good time to use it. A bunch of people on that B objective, but he doesn't care. He's going to go for some spawn kills. That's what he's all about. Up to 14-4. His teammate Torch up to 14-7. That B point, though, 2 ticks gone. The 3rd tick on the way. The push-up comes in, though. Vermont with a nice pick there, but immediately going to see some trades on the map as Atlanta do secure that B point.
And it's expected, right? The B point is the easier one to get. Typically want to go for it second, just get that extra minute in, and then they have a minute 40 to work with. And I've seen Atlanta, they were able to get that first tick on A last round, so they might be able to bring it back this offensive round. But Sasuke in a very good position here with a cruise, with control. Deutsch with another pick as well, and then Vermont cleans out the flank. Sasuke just in control so far.
Yeah, Sasuke doing a great job here, but Atlanta, this is your opportunity. Starting to push through this back gas side. You got to be careful because Torch is in the middle of the map by that mid tank, ready to pounce and make a play. We see him trying to hit a flank right now. But some kills still coming in from Sasuke in this back line, really not breaking anything open yet if you're Atlanta. Sasuke reading things pretty well, doing a good job making sure they pick up players where they can, but the flank does come in from Torch. He picks up one. Should be able to confuse these Atlanta players just a little bit. Look at that pick from Vermont, though. Nice little headshots there.
Young Yerb is just being a menace in the flank so far. He does get instantly traded out, and it seems like that's been the case for him. Whenever he does get a couple of 2 kills, he instantly gets traded out. Sasuke with a enormous life advantage, 22-14. Toich in a very good position to watch that B push. He gets one. He knows that they're spawning there. They're putting him in a spawn trap. And you've got a couple players watching the street as well. X Party and Spawn. This might be it.
This ain't looking good. 23 seconds left. Someone does sneak through. That is going to be Rick. A little bit weak right now, but he's got 2 players pushing him. Well, his team is still getting spawn killed. I mean, Party, he's going to be on a 3. Toich on a 5. About to be on a 6, it looks like. Maybe getting a cruise missile. We'll see Party probably calling in his cruise here momentarily. Still got that in the back pocket somewhere. He does finally go down. Atlanta, though, not really close enough to this objective to make any impact on it. Sasky just has to defend for a few more seconds. This one's going to be over. No one close enough to even get there. It should be a 3-0 victory. The only one close is Rick. He goes down, and Sasky, I mean, putting on a clinic and winning in a 3-0 fashion in this map 3 to go up 2-1 in the series.
Yikes, this is the most dominant we've seen Sasuke. I mean, I know we didn't get to see map 1, but they lost map 1, right? And then 6-4 on S&D, but a 3-0 on control, and they seemed like they were in control of it the entire time. Offense, defense did not matter. And big performances from a lot of the players as well. Vermont with 14-13, Mojo 11-10, Toich of course 19-8, and the next party 18-6.
Dude, those 2 guys at the bottom just slayed out, man. I mean,
17 non-traded kills for X Party.
That's crazy. I mean, even 16 for Toich, like between the 2, that's crazy. I mean, if you're Atlanta, I mean, he goes 14-14. Honestly, impressive for what they were going through. They were getting spawn killed for that entire last round. Well, the second half of that last round there. It just brutal. I mean, shout out to Sasky. You get yourself up in a 2-1 fashion right now. You're proving exactly why you're the lower seed coming in to this tournament right now. I mean, looking to punch that ticket to the finals right now.
Oh yeah, 100%. And a Karachi hardpoint coming up as well is very scary to witness, I'm sure. With someone like Mojo, I know we haven't seen much of him on this map, but with a rival in hand on a Karachi, he can be a menace for sure. We've seen, I think Mac was using the rival as well on Atlanta side, so maybe we'll see some back and forth between the 2 players in the fire building on old P5. But with new rotations and the way this new Karachi is played, there's a lot of room for ARs as well to shine. So we can also see maybe a battle between Young Europe and X Party. There's a lot of things to look out for in this Karachi.
I mean, a ton to look out for indeed. We got a very talented couple teams here, but Sasky starting to heat up quite a bit. I mean, Karachi's a map you got to think. Rotations are massive, getting those setups early as fast as you can, but also the ability to break into an objective is super important on this map. It's very difficult to do on a couple of these hills, but if you can get it done, you can secure 30-40 seconds of time very quickly if you're able to break on in. Now, how easy that is, it's almost impossible. In Atlanta, I mean, they're going to have a tough time if Sasky gets set up, but from what we just saw from the control, I've got no doubt this Sasky team has the ability to break on right into a hill, pick up 3 of those kills nice and quick, maybe all 4 of them, still have 3 players alive, get a setup going immediately, get the close spawns, and immediately set up, get that last 40 seconds. So on a map like Karachi, going to be absolutely massive when you're looking at things like that P2, that P3, right? I mean, even back to that P5, honestly, you can set it up properly.
Yeah, no, 100%. And from what we've seen from Atlanta, unfortunately, on that control, they seemed like they were a bit disoriented on that defensive round. Like you said, there were a couple of players slipping in onto that A point. Their setups were not very much. They had some gaps in their setups, right? You don't want to have that in this hard point if you get those early rotations. You need to be sure that you're watching every angle so you don't get flanked, you don't end up losing those spawns, and you don't get flipped out. But if you're the side of Sasky, you just got to continue what you're doing from that control. The setups that they had, the discipline that they had when they were putting them in the spawn trap all the way. They had a player in Palace, which means that they had to spawn in Ice Cream, and then you had the player playing on P2 Tank. That's very organized for a bronze team to be able to figure out that's how the spawn trap works on the invasion control. So I'm sure they are aware of how spawns work on Karachi as well, and where to look at and when to get rotations, and which hills are considered money hills and which hills are easier to break. So yeah, well, excited to see how Sasky does those setups that they have and how they take over when they have those early rotations on those hardpoints.
I mean, this is a very fast-paced map, right? Karachi hardpoint is going to be one of those maps where these SMG players are really going to get to shine. And we've seen it a little bit from both teams. They switch up really what players are going to be on them. But we both know very well that both these teams have a lot of talent at the sub side and the AR side. So I'm excited to see how those players are going to go in between things. There's a lot of high points on this map. You're talking about things like top AC, top 3, top red, like everywhere, like where these ARs are going to be very important. But the SMGs can still be impactful in those locations, pushing them out for their squad mates, trying to get things done. But while these guys do load into this next map, this Karachi hardpoint, we are going to go to a quick little commercial break. We got some great commercials coming up for you here. And I said it yesterday, I'm going to say it again today. Unfortunately, they're not quite Super Bowl great. I know we just came off of that the other day, but we're trying our best, all right? So we'll be right back with you. Hopefully you enjoy them. Stay on tuned in.
Is this the end? Am I gonna die? No ammo for my AR. All I have is a knife. Break on! Break on! Zombies coming up from the ground below. Little does he think that ain't alive no more. They're crawling around and coming for your toes. How do they breathe when they got no nose? Grab ray gun and use them on the go. Blast them away for the highest score. If the commercial would have been easier to make. If zombies had a beginner mode. Perskaloya is a chiller. Nekatanya, he's a killer. You'll drown in sound when your face hellhounds. No, I feel ya, it's a thriller. Keep trying all day, a chance for the rank. Sing mystery, but yet again. Horde and bound. It's ray guns and ray guns assail.
A little known fact is that Treyarch loves birds. For example, notice the attention to detail in this large-breasted farfanugget, or these saltwater cockamemies, this multi-winged metallic bird, and the crows. Lots and lots and lots of crows. So hop in the nearest van, boat, train, or on a very big bird, and witness the majesty of the Call of Duty.
Being rejected hurts, especially by a 2x4, but you can tear down your physical and emotional walls with the COD Rec League. Let us get that for you. Our operators are dispatched at the beginning of each round to ensure you don't run through a wall of wood just to run into a wall of snipers. They're also completely recyclable, meaning they're good for the destructible environment. Don't waste your time and life trying to figure out how to use damning bombs. Grab some fresh air and call the COD Rec League for all your wall-busting needs. The COD Rec League. We've got thick skulls.
Alright, so you're in a league match getting killed too fast. It's time to dial it back. Way back. We got a piece of Stone Age technology with the time to kill of 15 seconds. That's long enough to read a couple tweets about the broken meta. But enough fluff. You want to hear stats. 0 attachments, 0 range, and enough recoil to knock your teeth out.
Short range.
Long range. It doesn't matter because it shoots pellets and you're going to be reloading it all day. Any conflict can be avoided when we all settle on the gentleman's agreement.
Scoreline? More like Snoreline. Playing the objective is a common man's game. But you're a discerning gentleman. You know the only important stat is that of the ratio of your K's to your D's. You know exactly where your opponent is going to be. So snuggle up on that heady and enjoy the easy pickings, friend. Leave the OBJ to the KIA. And if you commit, someday you could join the highly exclusive 100-Point Club.
Are you tired of pesky snakes in your backyard?
You keep losing games because the opponent won't stop slithering all over the place. Well, I've got just the thing for you, Jumpin' John Snake Oil. This is guaranteed to take out any snake, big or small, male or female. Jumpin' John Snake Oil is here to help you with those damn dirty snakes. The process is simple. Simply purchase this small case of 3 bottles for the low price of $3,000 plus shipping, and within 2 to 5 business months you'll get your snake oil. After that, simply light the cloth on fire and throw it at the closest snake you can find. Guaranteed to eradicate all snakes within a 2-inch radius. Warning, Jumping John Snake Oil is not recommended for children, teens, or the elderly. If any snake oil gets in your eyes, contact a medical health professional right away. Ask your duo if Jumping John Snake Oil is right for you.
I've seen you out there.
Alrighty, we are back getting ready to load into this Karachi hardpoint. Both these teams ready to go. I tell you what, Sasky Shotgunner's looking great coming off of that control. How we feeling about it, Blupsy?
No, I'm feeling very excited, especially if you're a Sasky fan or one of the Sasky players. You definitely feel like you have the momentum winning 2 maps, and then a control in a 3-0 fashion is it helps your momentum like crazy. Like, you know that you can gun them, you know that you can be in control. That map 1 might have just been jitters, it might have been just, they weren't warm. It could be anything. Or they could just not be a hardpoint kind of team, right? They could be a 2, 3, and 5 team. So if there's a possibility for us to see the high-res S&D, I'd love to see it. But the way it's looking, it doesn't seem likely.
Yeah, I don't think Sasky's letting it happen. I mean, I think we're seeing why Sasky's a 7-0 team. Maybe they start out slow, but they don't stay that way, right? It seems to be like the back half of the series is kind of where they like to roll. So, I mean, they did their thing in the S&D. It was still very close. Atlanta did a great job there, but winning those 2 offensive rounds, so winning that early one, that first offensive round, and then winning a late one to get their 5th round win, and then immediately going on defense. Just a tough time if you're Atlanta to be on an offensive round, forced to win. You have no choice. It's tough. Unfortunately, they lose that one. You go on over to the control. It's just 100% Sasky time all the time, right? I mean, Sasky Shotgunners, they taught them how to play control right there on that map. Did a great job of it, and now they're loading into a Karachi hardpoint, and you got to think they're ready to do it again.
100%. And, CK, I'm curious to see what map picks were for either team.
Yeah,
Atlanta might have picked that Skid Row,
I would have
right?
thought because of seeding, I would have thought Atlanta had map 2 pick, but they spawned on good side. So unless the teams accidentally mess it up or Sasky wanted to be offensive first, they did win the first offense, so maybe they wanted to be offense first. I'm curious to see how that went down, because, well, it depends if they took 2, 3, 5 or 1, 1, 3. So sorry, 1, whatever.
If you're playing on equal ping, right, it doesn't really matter who hosts. You just want to be able to pick as many sides as possible.
Well, you just
on these
map
maps,
picks,
right?
I guess, is where
I guess,
come down
map
to.
picks,
But
yeah,
Sasky should get majority map picks, being the better seed. I don't know. As a mod, I should definitely know how this works. But, ladies and gentlemen, I don't.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely see which team picked that Karachi, I think, based on how this Karachi goes. But from what I'm guessing, Sasky's the one that picked that invasion control for sure, right? If you are that dominant on that map, you're definitely confident on it. You want to pick it. And if it wasn't your map pick and you won that, then that is crazy. That is absolutely nuts.
I mean, if they're just they might just be that good, though. I mean, like, when it comes to control and S&D, I mean, those are game modes. A lot of times we see teams who are good at S&D, very good at control, right? But now you got a Karachi hardpoint, right? This P1, a very contestable hill. It's right in the middle of the map. We see both teams always going to fight for it. Usually you'll see a team get like 20 seconds off of it, because you'll see one of the 2 teams will get that good side control right off the bat of spawns and try to hold down the P2 spawns as long as possible, because P2 is the first money hill on the map. Both teams are going to fight for it, and you're going to see a lot of people die in the process of it. Atlanta Dazed, I'm guessing, are going to spawn on the bad side, so we should see Sasky spawning close to that P2, trying to hold it down. We'll see how this first little P1, P2 roto goes down.
And it seems like you are right. Atlanta does start on the bad side. Sasky does have the good side. So, like you said, they're just going to have to hold those P2 spawns. Atlanta is going to hop on this hill early. You might as well get as much hill time as you can on that P1, but instantly broken by Sasky. Trades going back and forth initially, but Sasky, they're in control. Like you said, there's a lot of high ground on this. Getting that top second, getting those kills as well. It's very important if you're the side of Sasky to make sure you don't flip out, but try and get as much hill time on P1 as you can.
Yeah, just at least keep it contested, right?
Yeah.
No reason to give up like 30 seconds or something like that on P1. Doing that's just a little bit over the top. Maybe like we've seen it every once in a while. A team will accidentally give up that much time, just trying to hyper focus on P2, which we see kind of going on right now. Atlanta trying to get over there themselves. Mac with his rival 9 in hand, trying to be a little bit of a menace. Gets a little bit of an opening maybe for his team, but a ton of P1 time going the way of Atlanta. Going to be up to that 30-second mark by the time P2 pops. And really, that's a lot of time on P1. You've got a ton of time here to work with on P2 before you got to rotate to P3. Which you'll see these teams rotate very early to P3. Sasky now doing a great job on the defense of P2, though.
Yeah, no, I like Sasky's setup so far on P2. They did give up, like you said, a lot of time, but to be able to be set up like the way you are, doing a great job, you know, you're getting the majority of the kills right here. J-Dubs does get a kill with the yellow card exploding, so that's good for his team. If Young Europe can get this pick, it'll be massive for him, but so far, Sasky holding on this P3, on this P2 very well. They do take the lead as well.
And we already see the roto coming in. You love to see this from Sasky. You see why they're such a good team. You see that number 7 player Party trying to get over there, has 1 player to beat. That's going to be Young Europe right now. Not the guy you want to see on the map, but those guys should see each other momentarily. And you see, look at the contest going on right now from Vermont over on the other side of the map. This P2 is being perfectly contested. I mean, you see Rick is the one contesting it as well for Atlanta. While 3 of his teammates have rotated the other side of the map, they pick up that 1 kill, and now the setup starts to come in from Sasky onto the P3. They get a ton of time on P2. They get the other early rotation to P3, and now looking to try to get a massive lead going.
Yeah, no, J-Dub's in a good position here to get a couple of picks. He does get 1. Mojo's getting kills on the other side of the map, and Sasky so far getting the majority of this hill time. First 15 seconds go in their favor. But if you're Atlanta, you're trying to flood in from that chicken coop area. J-Dubs gets 1. X-Party with the read here. Unfortunately, got caught reloading, and Mac breaks the hill. Atlanta, they's doing a phenomenal job so far.
Doing an absolutely stellar job indeed. I mean, Atlanta, that's a great quick break in there. But now you're going to see some kills going a little bit back and forth. Sasky with a chance to push in, but Yerb ain't going to let that one happen. He ain't letting it slide. Picks up 2 there. Mojo, though, does get the kill on the hill. Keeps this one whited out. No one getting time is good time if you're the side of Sasky right now. But they are going to get on the time momentarily. Maybe it'll pick up the last 10 seconds or so. But P4 about to pop up towards that back mid-street, which this hill can be a little bit of a bloodbath. We do see some teams that are able to get a setup going here. It looks like Atlanta starting to get a little bit of a start of that going, trying to build that up. Sasky pushing from pretty much every direction, picking up some nice early kills here. Maybe a chance to push in quickly here.
Yeah, these spawns are tricky too. You see Vermont on that white van. You've got a couple of Sasky players playing inside that deli as well. Like you said, white time is good time for the side of Sasky. They are up, and if you don't let Atlanta take as much hill time as they would like to on this P4, it'll be massive. But if you can get hill time of your own on this P4, it'll be huge moving on to that P5. But rotation, right? When are they going to start rotating over to P5? You see you got a player from Atlanta there and a player from Sasky moving on to that as well.
You should see, yeah, it looks like Party trying to make his way over there as well as Toich, but the kills coming in very nicely. Mojo spawns all the way towards back P3, though, so maybe a chance for Sasky to get some quick, easy spawns here. But Atlanta, they're on this P5 area here, getting ready to get some time as soon as it pops. Only down by 13 points, really nothing at all on this map at the moment. Especially getting ready for these full rotos, but the kills coming in from Sasky. Mac pretty much has to make a play or he's going to be donezo here, but he's getting pushed out by all of Sasky. Love the collapse coming in. Don't lose a player in the process. Mac does end up getting one there to a team kill nade or something like that, it looked like. But Atlanta Days trying to push this one in nice and slowly, but Mojo, he's going to shut him down. Just slows it down for now while his teammates spawn up and get back up here.
You know, the way Sasky breaks this hill, it was beautiful to watch. Party getting those initial 2 kills were massive for the team. And so far, they're doing a great job on P5, just holding it, watching all angles. They know that they're going to be flooding from bottom red. Kills going to the side of Sasky. The kill feed is green. Another kill for Toich. And the lead is just growing and growing for the side of Sasky.
Lead growing indeed. I mean, Sasky already going to be up by 40 points here, looking to extend it out even more. The P1 about to pop up. We saw last time around Atlanta was able to pick up about 30 seconds, well, just over 30 seconds on this hill. I think they got 31 on it. So we'll see if they can do that again. But Sasky won't let that one slide. You already see them rotating for this P2 side control. They gain that side control pretty much immediately as Vermont and co trying to push on over there. But this P1 being contested and the time going in their favor. Right now, Sasky looking to put on another masterclass on this map.
And Sasky this time electing to go for that P1 time. They gave up a lot on that first P1, so they're not doing the same mistake this time. But Atlanta is in control of those P2 spawns. Young Europe with J-Dubs clearing that hill as well. If you're the side of Sasky, you just have to rotate to P2 at this point, give Atlanta those P1 time. But if you're the side of Atlanta, you can hop on this hill. You can get this time. This is useful for you. You're down by a lot.
Down by quite a bit right now. This P2 is going to be very massive. Have to try to play for it. They do a good job contesting that P1 as well, making sure they don't give up too much crazy time there. But Vermont, he's going to be covering up towards that top side of the map. We'll see him push over to help his teammates out here shortly. But the push coming in back alley right now by Sasky. If they can make a play here, it'd be pretty big. But Yerb, he's going to pick up the first one. Rick with a second immediately. J-Dubs and co. Do a good job holding down this time. They've got 3-4 players here. Everyone tightly contested with Torch, waiting for his teammates to climb back up, trying to get something going. Not able to get a pick, though. Atlanta with a great kill there, and potentially a chance to get some solid time.
Yeah, no, this is basically the reverse of what we've seen on that first set of hills. Sasky was in control of P2 while Atlanta got P1. This time it's the reverse. Atlanta doing a great job of holding those P2 spawns and getting a lot of hill time so far. Sasky already trying to rotate onto that P3, but J-Dubs is there, and the trade is in for Toich, making sure that he doesn't give up spawns. Rick is in the hill, though. This could be massive. He can get this pick, and he does. Atlanta getting those P2 time as well as rotations for P3.
Rotations are coming in. That P3 is going to be a big one. You see Party going to be over there. The guy loves to rotate early, but his teammate is going to die on the way over. So Atlanta going to have the number superiority over here, but I love this from Party, just staying alive, waiting for his teammates to show up. Not giving away his life. Definitely playing like a little bit higher level player here than you expect to see in bronze. Love to see the smart plays coming in here. Goes to show you when you get to these playoffs, everyone knows exactly what's going down. Party with a big pick to start things open. His teammate's going to follow him up immediately. The time already going their way as the kills are their way, and the spawn should be all theirs.
Sasky knows that was a great play from Party and co to be able to break that P3 hill, and they might get the majority of the last 30 seconds of this hill time as well, which will put them up by 80, which is huge going into this P4, a very difficult hill to get time on.
Mojo on a 4 streak right now, 20 and 13. I is shooting right now. Finally goes down. Not going to be able to extend that out to a cruise or anything, but still. His teammate Party, though, maybe looking to try to do that himself. Early rotator himself, trying to get something going. Potato, potato. He's spinning in circles, so can't find Yerb, who picks up a nice double kill in the hill there. Just stops the last like 7 seconds or so, going to the way of Sasky. But the rotation coming in, Sasky spawns very close. They pick up a couple of the early kills, and just like that, they're on the time. One player close, so that's going to be back. It's a nice opening pick, but still has a lot of players to work with here.
Yeah, Mac has to do something. He has to get Sasky off the hill, and that's exactly what he does. He doesn't need to get this hill time yet until his teammates are around him, but he is on it, and then Rick with a big kill as well. Massive read from him. Toich in a good position here. He just has to be patient. Wait until Sasky groups up and then start getting picks. Vermont with 1. Toich doesn't get the timing on the top satellite player and does get gunned down, but the kills for Sasky helping that team make sure that Atlanta doesn't get hill time. Wow. Great job by Sasky at least stopping this from Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, the teamwork coming in right after the Sasky is pretty great here. They do a great job covering each other, getting those trades. Going to get themselves up once again by 60 points going into this full roto. They did a solid job on P1 last time around. We'll see if they can do it again. I mean, into P5. I don't know what I'm talking about P1. We're going back to P5 here. But Sasky, they're going to be on it right away, getting this early time. Should be able to get themselves up to a quick little 200 points here. Already at 200. A chance to win it here if they get all this time. Going to be very brutal, but Atlanta trying to push in, getting cut down very quickly. Mojo, 27 and 15 on a 5 streak. The guy's putting out a masterclass for us right now. Gets the 6. Cruise missile secured. Him and Vermont both going to have one of those in the back pocket, it looks like. Able to use those whenever they want.
You know, if you're Atlanta, you have to start flooding in really quick. Young Yerb with a big read there as well, but you have to at least contest for a little bit. Another kill for Yerb. And then the trades coming in from the side of Sasky, but they're not on the hill, so they can no longer win it on this P5.
I mean, it's pretty wild, though. I mean, these guys are getting a great lead, going 100-point lead now going into this next rotation. This third rotation going to be massive, but they can realistically just win it right on this P1, no problem. Going to be very close to doing it. Only 12 more points and this one's over. So we'll see them aggressively fight for this P1. Mojo currently on a 9 streak at 51 and 15. This guy has been great all series, but he's finally putting up those big numbers like we know he's able to. Vermont, first streak coming in, takes out his teammate, because why not? Got to do what you got to do. I'm sure Mojo will follow one up very shortly here in that middle of the map. But Atlanta Holding strong for now on this P1, but you got to play absolutely perfect, and this is the most brutal hill in the map to do so.
Yeah, and then like you said, Mojo with the crews coming in as well, clearing the Atlanta Days off of that P1, and now Saskia are hopping 9 seconds away from closing this map out. If you're Atlanta, you have to flood in real quick.
You got to try to get the flood going. 2 seconds remaining. Saskia about to take it 250 to 145 as they take the 3-1 victory in this series, getting this nice little 250 to 145 victory here. I mean, the Karachi are playing masterclass. I love to see it, especially in the bronze pre-made division.
Yeah, wow, Saskia, just a beautiful performance on back-to-back maps. Very dominant, especially after a very close S&D and a pretty close map 1 as well. To end it in such a fashion on maps 3 and 4 is very, very good to see.
6,000 damage out of Mojo?
Yikes. 33 and 16, 25 non-traded kills.
I mean, he was having a good time.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that whole team did a great job all series long. I mean, obviously they had a rough map 1. We didn't get to see what really happened, but man. Hey, shout out to Atlanta, right? You may be going home here. You're not qualifying for chumps. A great season, though, nonetheless, right? You come and you play against probably the best team in this division, the bronze pre-made South division. Very talented squads here, both all the way around Atlanta. Super excited to see them come back next season. Fight for another title chance as well. Unfortunately, this is going to be the end of their run here, but shout out to the Saskia Shotgunners. I mean, they lose that map 1, 250 to 175, and then it's just back to back to back, winning them all, right? I mean, you go over towards that S&D on Invasion. They win the first offensive round. I think they actually selected offense even on that map. I think it was their side choice because I think it was Atlanta's map pick. And I think they chose offense and won it right off the bat. The confidence is crazy. And they win it by winning an offense to get themselves onto match point or game point, and then winning a defense because defense is significantly easier on Invasion. With a nice 6-4 victory there. You go to the control, and they just slap them up right there. Nice 3-0 victory. That last defensive round, when you saw 2 guys basically go like double positive, not better overall in KD ratio for that Saskia team. I mean, they are just having a great series overall here.
Yeah, no, beautiful to see from the side of Saskia Shotgunners, and they're going to make it to the finals, so we'll see how they fight for that championship title. I'm sure they're very excited, especially with the momentum that they have coming out of this, playing against a very solid Atlanta Days team. The scoreline might not reflect it, but they're a solid team and not an easy team to beat. To be able to beat a team of that level and make it into the finals, you must be very excited and feeling really good about that last matchup.
Oh, I mean, for sure. This is exactly what you're looking for if you're a squad like Saskia. Getting a big win like this going into the championship week next week, you got to be pretty excited. But we do have another match coming up here shortly. It should be that Gold Pre-Made West matchup between the Paris Letdowns and the Old Guys Texas. Both these teams went 5-2 in the regular season, so we should have a pretty good matchup coming up. But for now, we are going to go to a quick little break. We'll only take us a couple minutes. We're going to take a quick break, get some water in our systems, maybe go to the bathroom. You know, you got to do what you got to do, us casters over here. High maintenance, I know. We got to do what we got to do, but we'll be back shortly with some more gameplay.
I've seen you out there running around, jumping on points with no protection. You probably think this guy looks cool, dodging explosions and whatnot. Well, guess what? This is him after years of shrapnel. You know what I think? I think it's despicable, disgusting. It's downright irresponsible is what it is. What you need is a high-tech, high-quality aerial ballistic defense system. Introducing the Victor Champ Trophy System. Look at this beauty. It'll stop grenades, Semtex, Whisker Biscuits, Nipsey Dazers, with or without the scooter stick, and frustrate your opponent into making a mistake while you're just chilling on a park bench. Nice. Don't be a chump. Buy Champ!
Ever heard of a smoke grenade-based mail system? Well, Airblops is cornering the market. Enjoy one of our fine testimonials.
Yeah, guys, just have that tank hanging up right there. Oh yeah, I love Airblops. Just don't open one of the blinking ones like I did. Go ahead and show them that clip. Boy, did I have egg on my face, I'll tell you what.
Warehouse Manager Bob is a long-time loyal customer. As such, we're proud to present him with a free year of Airblops Prime.
Alright, so I need a couple of missiles. Ooh, instant delivery.
Our service is so good you'll die for it. And still keep coming back for more.
Airblaps is not held liable for injuries such as crushing, maiming, smushing, squishing, paper cuts, or combustion. Only accepted currency is the blood of your enemies.
Is this the end? Am I gonna die? No ammo for my AR. All I have is a knife. Break on! Break on! Zombies coming up from the ground below. Little messy chicks that ain't alive no more. They're crawling around and coming for your toes. How do they breathe when they got no nose? Grab ray gun and use them on the go. Blast them away for the highest score. If the commercial would have been easier to make. If zombies had a theater mode. First Galoya is a chiller. Negatanya, he's a killer. You'll drown in sound when your face hellhounds. No, I feel ya, it's a thriller. Keep trying all their chats for the reggae. Sing mystery, but yet again. Horde and bound. It's ray guns and ray guns assail.
A little known fact is that Treyarch loves birds. For example, notice the attention to detail in this large-breasted farfanugget, or these saltwater cockamemies, this multi-winged metallic bird, and the crows. Lots and lots and lots of crows. So hop in the nearest van, boat, train, or on a very big bird, and witness the majesty of the Call of Duty.
Being rejected hurts, especially by a 2x4, but you can tear down your physical and emotional walls with the COD Rec League. Let us get that for you. Our operators are dispatched at the beginning of each round to ensure you don't run through a wall of wood just to run into a wall of snipers. They're also completely recyclable, meaning they're good for the destructible environment. Don't waste your time and life trying to figure out how to use jamming bombs. Grab some fresh air and call the COD Rec League for all your wall-busting needs. The COD Rec League. We've got thick skulls.
Alright, so you're in a league match getting killed too fast. It's time to dial it back. Way back. We got a piece of Stone Age technology with the time to kill of 15 seconds. That's long enough to read a couple tweets about the broken meta. But enough fluff. You want to hear stats.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Call of Duty Rec League action back in the house. We got a gold pre-made West matchup going for you between the Paris Letdowns and Old Guys Texas. Good little matchup we got going here, Blepsy. What are we thinking about of these maps right now?
You got sub-base invasion, Skid Row term.
That's a lot of invasion.
It's a lot of invasion.
That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, we've seen this in our previous matchup too, and S&D then a control of both invasions for maps 2 and 3. I'm excited to see how these teams play it differently. They are gold teams, so they're high up there when it comes to their ranking and their level. They both are 5 and 2, so they're both gonna shoot straight. That's for sure. Let's start with the sub-base hardpoint, right? Sub-base hardpoint can get very mixy. I like the new rotations, like you said. It's been a month, but it feels like it's only been a week. So yeah, I don't know how much.
It still
practice.
Feels like we're still learning them.
I don't know how much practice they've had on it. It's been in and out of rank play forever. It's currently out of rank play as well. So exciting to see how this sub base does end up going with the least amount of practice, I would say, out of all the other maps. If you play rank play, if you're scrimming, you get reps in. But yeah, sub base should be a good indication of who can shoot straighter, and then invasion S&D is a good indication of who has a better teamwork, and then we go from there.
I mean, a great way to start it out. It's kind of like you look back at like Vanguard, you look at I can't even remember what that small map was. And hey Bobby, you know what it is.
Bocage.
It's okay. I was waiting for him to actually answer, but Bocage is great. It was one of those maps where we really could test a team very quickly, find out what someone's made of, what their metal is, you know. And Subbase is exactly that map for us here, right? You're gonna get to not only find out how much their gunny is, but their knowledge of spawns and stuff too. The way they flip on this map can get pretty wild pretty quickly. So you'll see what teams knowing what's going on. This is a gold pre-made matchup though to both these teams. Probably scrimming quite a bit there. So you're gonna know exactly what's going down at pretty much any given time. You'll see these players making a lot better decision making on the map than maybe some of our lower divisions or even some other people you'll see in like ranked play and stuff. So these guys definitely know what's up. Great little map set to get this going. I mean, especially like you mentioned, starting things out with a sub base into an invasion, we're going to learn a lot about these teams very, very quickly.
100%. And then the hard point is also, the second one is also a skid row. So another Mixie hard point. If we get to that, we can see really good CRL gameplay, hopefully. Fingers crossed, as we do load into the sub base hard point.
You mean load out of this?
Load out, yeah.
Obviously, these guys having some kind of lobby issue here. Pretty common right now. There was an update recently. It kind of broke the game a little bit. You know, it's a standard little Call of Duty.
When does it not, right? When does it not?
Look, cherry on top for us. They love to do that. But no big deal. It is what it is. Gives us a little bit more time to maybe talk about this map set. Like, we've already talked a little bit about this map 1 and 2, but that map 3 Invasion, we saw a little bit of it from that bronze pre-made matchup. But this is one where we fully expect both these teams to utilize those defenses probably a little bit better, right? Defense very, very strong on invasion control, right? One of those things we're definitely looking forward to both these squads playing on. This gold pre-made division is insanely competitive. It has been for a couple seasons now. You see a lot of teams in this top end being borderline plat teams. We see a lot of them get moved up whenever possible, but it's just such a close skill gap. A lot of times teams get to stay in gold, and this top end becomes very, very competitive.
100%. Like, if you're reaching the semifinals in this division, you're a top tier team regardless. Like, you have to go through a lot of strong teams to reach this point, and that's exactly what they've done. Both teams are 5-2 on the season. I'm excited to see. I don't know if we can tell which team beat which team during the regular season. That might be a little indication, if they did end up playing each other, of who might have the upper hand. But you never know, right? Because teams do improve as the season goes on. It could be an off day, it could be the maps, it could be whatever. They seemed evenly matched just based on what we've seen on records and looking at the names. Some names stand out, some are familiar names that we've seen previously in the CRL, some are newer names. We don't know what to expect. This sub base should be exciting.
Yeah, sub base is going to be great. In the gold division, though, anytime you see a team get 5 wins, you know they're a very good team. That's for sure. But are loading in here momentarily to this sub base hardpoint. We'll see how it goes. No one's shooting each other quite yet. We'll see how it goes down, though. Paris letdowns, though. Going to be the second team to make it to that hill. We'll see how it goes. OGT going to be the first ones out on the hill, getting that early time. We'll see Paris try to break on in.
I like the swimming play, too, to go over from that flank, because everyone's watching river, right? But no one's watching that water. So you can see player number 1, James Season, is just trying to go for that early flank, get those P2 spawns, and then doing a great job, Paris, of at least getting a bit of hill time on P1. You see OGT still spawning on the bad side. Alan with a great pick right there. But if you're the side of OGT, you have to start looking for rotations.
Yeah, this rotation should be coming in here momentarily. We see both these teams starting to try to fight for it, but OGT going to be the first one there. They get those nice opening kills. They're going to be up by just a little bit. This P1 time still going their way. Only 10 seconds or so left on that, but could be pretty solid. Getting up to 30 seconds on P1. Very good start on this sub base. See Paris still getting cut down a little bit when it comes to the kill department. Allen up to a nice little 3 streak to start this game off. A nice little start for him. But now OGT on the P2 hold. Their teammates trying to collapse down on this hill as well, making sure they get here from that P1. But Paris, though, getting 2 solid kills on their way over. The spawn's going to be close for OGT, so going to have to fight through quite a bit to get this hill.
I love the way OGT just got the spawns for this hill. The Gamer Rick is in a position to get a 2-piece. James is there to help his team out. They might be able to break this hill if they get the last person, and that's exactly what they do. OGT now spawning on the bad side. It's all up to Sly if he wants to get him off of this hill. He gets 1. Can he get the second? They know where he is. He's praying his life, but no, OT's there. Get that kill, and then Carbon with another. Paris doing a great job of at least fighting for those scraps and getting the remaining kills.
Now, we shout out to Paris. This last 20 seconds will be pretty big for him with a P3 roto. Coming in from OGT, should be able to get some solid time here with the proper setup. But I will say, Blepsy, I was about to start throwing some yellow cards out there. I saw a couple of little snakes start. They didn't get them through.
2 pumps.
They started. Hey, the pump chump's okay. Anything more than that, it's a problem. But these boys doing a good job not following through. So I can see it in their mind. They're like, I want to do it.
Yeah.
They don't do it, though. So now we're going to see OGT holding down this hill. Paris letdown's trying to make a push on it right now. Gamer Rick going to be the first one up with his squad. On a 4th streak right now, his teammate gets the first opening pick. See how it goes. OGT picking up 2 kills, but immediately some trades going back. Gamer Rick still on that 4th streak. Looking to try to get this cruise missile early. Could be pretty helpful for his squad. But he is, the team kill coming in now on the side of Paris. That's not going to help too much, but they still should be able to secure some time here.
You know, I love what OT doing right here, just playing his life. Unfortunately, he does get gunned down by Mark, but his teammate is there for the trade. OGT is getting the remaining of this hill time and taking a considerable lead. But look at the way pairs are set up for that P4. They've got 4 players on it already. 1 player playing top AC as well, holding off the rotations. He gets 2, plays his life as well, doing a great job so far. They are in control of that spawns, but OGT, we've seen them. They're a strong team. They might be able to break this P4.
OGT, I've got a lot of confidence in them. They get that nice opening pick to get their top side back. They have the ability to actually push up now. The OGT slowly moving up the map. Still does just pop, so plenty of time to get here. Mixon, he's taking that water route. Be a little careful here, though. You got Gamer Rick all the way in the back. Sly, though, with a nice opening pick for him. Maybe going to open things up, but Gamer Rick with a nice little trade out there. Shout out to the boys at OGT. You see Mark try to dive on in there. Does get ripped apart. But that backside is under the side of OGT control here momentarily. The spawns coming in, some of the kills as well. Paris, though, still holding. Carbon, a guy, does a very good job picking up some of these early kills, just slowing things down for now. The time is going to be currently whited out. Paris, this could be very big for them. They just don't want to let anyone get time if they can't get on it.
Yeah, but if you're the side of OGT, right, you're happy with no one being on this hill. You already have a lead, and you're sort of in control of P5. There is 1 player from the side of OGT on P5, so they are spawning on that better side. But if pairs letdown are able to just hold off OGT, it'll be very good for them on this P5. Carbon sees on the big kill as well.
To see OGT trying to make a play on this P5, but Paris already on the hold, picking up some of the early kills. Sly just trying to play his time. Is going to spot the trophy out. Does get that taken down. Gets a nice early pick as well. See if his teammates can push on in. Sly trying to make a play. If he gets that kill, would have been big, but Carbon staying alive. Always getting some help from his teammates. Got to staying alive there. And we see Paris letdowns holding this time, but we're going to be right back in this game. Only going to be down by 9 points now. A chance to take the lead here as OGT getting cut down, trying to get to this hill. Not really a chance to get anywhere near it for the most part. Mark's right above it, but I doubt he'll get in it because he'll get cut down as soon as he tries to make a move.
That player's letdown. What a hold on this B5, making sure to get the kills at the right time. Gamer with a big kill as well, clearing out that top warehouse, and he knows where OGT are spawning from. OGT might as well start looking for rotations on P2 as well as trying to get a bit of hill time on P1. You already gave up your lead, so you don't want to repeat the same mistake you did. Paris, though, doing a great job of taking the lead after being down by, I think, 70 points.
Yeah, I mean, it was getting a little bit rough there, but OGT basically shut out since Paris started getting this time. Now going to be up by a nice 30 points. Well, not quite 30, but getting close to it. But Gamer Rick once again on a 5 streak. Okay, had to say it. But he was on a 4. He got taken off that as well. But he's a very talented player. I'm sure he'll get a cruise at one point in time in this series. We see OGT. They did a great job playing this P1 in the previous rotation. We'll see if they can get back on it this time around. So far, though, Paris playing a lot better in this rotation than they did the first time around.
And it seems like whenever I look at the kill feed, it's just carbon season, carbon season, carbon season. He's 13-8. Whenever he gets 1, he's going to get 2. And OGT are, I guess, happy with giving up this P1 time as long as they keep rotations of P2. They did a great job on P2 last time, so they're going to look to do the exact same thing. And they're getting the trades here and there, but all of this P1 hill time is going for the side of Paris.
And having a 50-point lead right now is very healthy for the side of Paris, right? They were down by quite a bit, now looking to take the dominance over on this map. OGT, though, going to have this P2 hold, going to have a big one as well. We see Allen going to be behind a couple players, maybe a chance to make a little bit of a clutch play. He gets taken down, though. Paris with a great opener right now. A chance to get on this hill time. Mark by himself in the hill, picks up 1, tries to turn and burn somebody else, but gets taken down. Going to be the Gamer Rick once again on a 4 streak. Second 4 streak of the game. We'll see if he can get this one going once again. He's going to have a couple players to hunt down, gets it on a 5. He was on a 5 before. We'll see if he can hit the 6. We're going to stay on him until he gets it because we know he can.
Yeah,
but he's got some teammates
crossed.
helping him out. He's getting shot up pretty good, but his teammates are killing everyone before he gets a chance to see anyone right now.
Might as well at least get those kills. Doesn't matter who gets them as long as they're happening in the carbon season with another kill. He is 16-10, and then Gamer Rick 18-8 as well. So he unfortunately does not get it once again. The caster jinx is in, but Paris are getting a lot of time on this P2, now on a 90-point lead moving into this P3. OGT is in control of spawns, but OT is in a very good position here to just be a menace, get them off the hill, and just distract the team.
Distraction is what you're looking for right now, but OGT, they need a lot of time here on this hill. We'll see if they can get it. They are getting pushed in by Paris. The P3 going to be a big one for them, but OGT getting a lot of this early time. 15 seconds already going their way. So a big start for them. Getting some of these early kills as well. Should be able to hold this one down for the long term, but Gamer Rick, he ain't going to let that one happen. Never mind, he's getting shut down right away. Caster Curse is on point tonight. Yesterday did not work at all, but now we see the push coming in. OGT starting to cut these players down again. The first rotation dominance coming right on back in this second one. This P3, they could get the full 60. You're only 20 seconds remaining. Paris going to stop the push when they rotate for the P4, knowing they can get their time back over there. But OGT with a great little comeback, they're right back in this game.
A beautiful hold from the side of OGT. I mean, a great job on that P3, getting, I think, almost the entire time on it as well. So great job, but Paris, once again, are in rotations for that P4, and Mixon loves his water routes. This is, I think, the third time we see him there. I don't know if the Gamer Rick is going to be able to read it or not, but Mixon can be a very crucial spot and can be very useful to his team if he can get a couple of picks here. The Gamer Rick just misses him. Oh, there he goes. He gets them.
His teammates do fall around him, though, and OGT should be able to clean up this kill momentarily, but Gamer Rick up to 2011. He's not going to go easily. As his teammates push up off of spawns, a chance to make some big plays. The kill's going their way. They're on the time. And OGT, you're going to have to fight for this one. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty close to losing. But look at Jenna getting a nice kill there with the melee. Love to see the melee kills in this game. They're always ridiculous. But Paris letdowns can get themselves within a couple seconds of winning here if they get the rest of this time. OGT desperately trying to fight for it, but still getting cut down on their way over.
And another two-piece from Carbon. Him and Gamer Rick have been
baby.
on fire
does.
so far. 233 to 161. Now on to this P5 where we've seen Paris do a great job, and that's how they initially took the lead as well. This was on this P5. So we'll see if they can break this hill. OGT are set up. They're in very good positions as well, watching crosses, watching both sides, in control of warehouse. But we've seen what Paris can do. They can break this if they get those first couple of picks.
First couple kills coming in towards the side of OGT. We see them picking up some big ones. They need to play basically perfect from here on out. Only 12 more seconds to Paris take map 1. But OGT getting the kills they need. They've got the spawns on lock. They're doing a great job holding for this P1. This P5. Getting ready for P1 here in 30 seconds. But OGT getting close to that 200-point mark, but Carbon, he's pushing up the back. This is a guy we know can pick up multiple kills, get this hill time. Gets the one in the hill with a massive win, only 40 HP remaining with his team trying to help him out. The kill's going his way, but Allen on that hill contesting needs to try to stay alive. 9 more seconds and it's going to be over. Paris letdowns trying to hold OGT, not really close enough to make an impact. The kill's still going the way of Paris. 5 more, no one on the time. Got to get on it to win it. 3 more, just like that. Paris letdown's going to win 250 to 195 in our map 1.
The way Paris closed it out is breaking that P5 hill as well. There's a two big P5 hills we've seen from Paris, 250 to 195. Only 2 sets of rotations. We didn't get to see that next P1 or P2, which means that both teams were able to get a lot of hill time on every hill, doing a great job either holding or breaking. And then Paris let down. Look at the scoreline that they have. 4,000 damage from the Gamer Rick and 3,800 from Carbon, 3,500 from OT. Great job from the team overall as well. 24 and 15 from Gamer Rick and 22 from Carbon. These two are definitely players we should be watching out for in the rest of the series.
You got to think the rest of the series here. The AR like dominance from the side of Paris is going to probably be a problem. Especially with those invasions in the middle of this series. You're going to have a back-to-back invasion coming up here momentarily. It's going to be a little interesting, right? Invasion S&D into an invasion control when you know one team's got a little bit better ARs. For now, right? That could change up once we get even further long range, right? But so far, this Paris team, I tell you what, they had a little bit of a rough start, but hey, they go down by 70 points or so. They get all those points back, and they basically play perfect from there. Outside of one hard point, really, they play basically perfect.
To be able to bring it back from being down so much and just chaining one hill after the other. A lot of the time that OGT got was from that last P4 and P5, so it could have even ended with a larger lead for the side of Paris.
Shout out to Paris letdowns, right? Realistically, you don't give up that one P3. You win this game 250 to 140. It would be a lot more dominant, but hey, it is what it is. Both these teams are very talented. They're here for a reason, right? This is the gold pre-made division. You expect them to play very well. They both played each other great, but Paris so far looking like a little bit of a better team. But I'm excited for this Invasion S&D we got coming up here. Now, I wasn't quite paying attention to map 1 to see whose map pick it was based off who had good side or bad side, but I think OGT had good side right off the bat, so I'd imagine it was Atlanta's map pick for map 1. So we should be seeing in us. Oh, so not Atlanta. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the previous series. Yeah, I'm talking about Paris's map for map 1 here. So I'd imagine for this second map, they should be starting on the defensive side. So that's a big start for Paris, right? You get up that nice first round going. But hey, Invasion S&D. You never know what's going to happen in those first couple rounds.
Yeah, especially with no trophies to start. Like, these teams know how to use their nades.
It's the time to push.
They know how to take B site or A site. I think we might see more of a B push off the bat, just because nades are more effective on that bomb site than they are on A. So we'll see how the offensive team is going to break or take either B or A. But I'm expecting some heavy pushes to start, just a lot of rushing from the offensive team, and it'll be a very good indication of how the defensive team deals with such pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine these first couple rounds will be kind of similar to that bronze matchup where you see a lot of aggression, obviously, like you were just mentioning, without the trophies. But also, it's like really your first opportunity to really feel out how the other team is going to play defensively early on. Obviously, both these teams being in gold, they're going to make a ton of adjustments mid-game. They're going to make adjustments offensively and defensively. So you're going to be able to play around how you're playing. They know how to make these decisions in a split second. They could lose a player on offense and still be able to make something out of it, right? They can go down right away when it comes to those first bloods and still got a solid chance. So I'm always excited to watch these higher division teams play each other because it's always a great time. It always comes down to the wire. They do a great job back and forth. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be like a round 11 guarantee, but I mean, you should usually get yourself at least like 9-10 rounds out of it.
Yeah, no, especially at like such a tactical game mode, such as search and destroy. Both teams, if you're at this level, you're a tactical team. There's no way you can be at this level and not be a good S&D team. But when you have two good S&D teams playing against each other, it gets very interesting. It's how you want to counter the other team, and like you said, a lot of adjustments in between rounds.
But excited to see these adjustments. We are loading in right now. This Invasion S&D getting ready for us to absolutely love to death. Both these teams loaded in, ready to go. Paris going to be on that offensive side right off the bat. We did see Sly. He did get shot up a little bit. Paris has a little info on him, but some nice gunfights going in the middle of the map. Carbon getting himself nice and weak, but he's going to heal up quickly and get reinforced by his teammates there. But OGT, nice little spread on the map. They've got two guys over towards the B side. One playing the B side by that mid tank, covering quite a bit, but mixing down to 14 HP. You got to be careful behind enemy lines at the moment. He's going to get pushed out too.
Flank from Rick.
Can't find him.
He just misses him. The COD timing on that is wild. And then Mixon ends up getting a kill because of it. Mark with another as well. Gamer Rick there for the trade, but it is a 3v2 for the side of OGT. Make it a 3v1 all up to Rick.
I mean, it's brutal, right? 1v3 right now for Gamer Rick. Definitely the player you want in the situation. Already has one kill on the map, getting shot up already, so OGT knows where he's at. And this being a little bit higher division here in gold, you know, they're not going to give up their lives here. Love what OGT's doing, not hunting them down, just playing with each other, waiting for a trade if possible, worst case scenario. He's going to push out into Cafe, got a player to beat, gets taken down, and OGT going to secure map 1. Round 1. Sheesh. Give it a map already.
Expected, right? You're on the defensive side. Yeah. A little COD timing goes your way as well. Mixon does end up living from that flank from, I believe it was Rick going on that flank. So it was massive for him as well. And then be able to get a pick, get the opening pick, get a couple of trades. And then you're just playing the life advantage, right? The numbers game. And that's exactly what they did. Defensive round, though. Expected. Let's see how Paris want to play that defensive side, because the way Paris played the offense was very passive. OGT might be more of an aggressive team. We'll see.
OGT taking this bomb over towards the A side of the map. But a lot of times in these higher divisions, this bomb can move around the map very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
But we see this A push kind of coming in. See a nice little spread from Paris, ready to watch anything out. We see a couple players getting some spots. Carbon, though, trying to play that mid tank, gets taken down by Sly. Another first blood coming in for OGT.
And the nade coming in as well. It's a big kill from JMO Season. Bomb is planted on A. Paris have to retake. Couple attacks come in and Sly in a good position. He gets the kill, gives the team the advantage 3-2, but James Season's there for the trade. It's a 2v2, 30 seconds left. Paris have to defuse.
James Season, and
James Season.
Jamerick trying to make a nice little counterplay here, trying to play this retake. But Allen and Mixon, very talented players. Allen picking up the first one there. Now Gamerick by himself, 1v2. Both these players in Cafe. The peak comes in, the shoulder is in. They did spot him out, so now he's trying to make a play to take him down. I love this. Trying to play together right now. They get the stone off. They dove for the chow. They get the kill, and OGT going to be up 2-0 with a nice offensive round win.
And the way OGT just played that post plan with those two players just playing back in cap time, they know the offensive round's going.
But it's
But OGT
in a row. 3 first bloods and 3 rounds in a row. Trophy here, though, to the OGT guy now. He's going to see these players. Hopefully he's wide away.
I could.
Watching that street, he lets the first person cross. He waits. Reach in a row.
Getting killed too fast.